Hello, my name is Lauren. I'm originally from Shropshire, but I now live in Leeds and I have lived here since I came up here to university to study theatre at the University of Leeds. And I am now lucky enough to work at the university as well. I never really left because I loved it so much. So I am now the Student Experience Officer at the Lifelong Learning Centre at the university, and that is a centre that works as both a school, so we deliver teaching and specific courses, and it is also a service, so we look after all mature students who are across the university. So the students I work with are mainly part-time, mature, or foundation level learners. Um, so these may be people that are coming back to education after quite a while, or maybe didn't think that higher education was for them originally. Um, so it's a very rewarding job, and I really, really do enjoy it. I haven't been doing it for very long yet, but I did work at the Leeds University Union before that and had some interactions with the centre before I took up this job, which was really, really helpful. My journey to getting to this job was firstly coming to the University of Leeds. I came really close to not going to uni. I'd done a BTEC, and then I went and worked in a pub, and I was just like, nah, I don't fancy uni. But then did some volunteering at my old school, and my teachers managed to convince me, and I happened to come to Leeds, and it is the best decision I ever made. I then found that I really enjoyed studying, and after my undergraduate, decided to do a part-time master's degree as well, whilst I worked part-time as well in different places in the city to support my studies. And then I got elected as a student union officer, but I won't dwell on that too much, but that's a very exciting job where I got to represent the students at the University of Leeds, in which there's about 40,000. So it was a big job, but it was very exciting, and I got to do things like go on the news and visit Parliament, and it was really, really cool. And it was that made me realise that actually the theatre industry was maybe not what I wanted to go into at the moment. And I'd gained all these great skills in that role that I really wanted to use to make this amazing things that I'd managed to experience of going into higher education and getting so much out of it, making that possible for other people. That felt really important to me. And now I get to be in a role where I get to do that for other people. A typical day looks like organising events for students who we support and students who study with us. Lots of those are online at the moment. That's probably the biggest change, is that we're having to deliver almost all of our events and services through online meetings using Microsoft Teams and things like that, which is a bit different. And one piece of advice that I would give to you if you're thinking about coming into this sector, or any sector, I think the most important thing to think about is what is important to you. Like deep down, I don't mean like are your plants or your are films important to you? Like what is it that you find rewarding? I realised that I really like helping people. It was important to me to make some things possible for those who have barriers in the way to get to those. So I think any job where I was doing that would have made me feel really fulfilled and really happy. So I think just take a moment to go, actually, what is it that makes me happy? What is kind of my purpose that I want to kind of give back to the world? That sounds really airy fairy, but I think it's really important to be doing something that you're passionate about and that you're happy about. And I would say to get into the sector, there are so many different jobs. And in the UK, the higher education sector is absolutely huge. There's over 160 institutions, and they need people working from cleaners and chefs to kind of academic staff and operational staff. There are all sorts of roles. So don't just think that there's only lecturers that work at universities, because there's a whole host of different fields that you can go into in the higher education sector. And I think it's a very rewarding to work in. So yeah, I hope all of that was useful. And thank you for asking me to do this little video.